Healing begins with a choice. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's not always something we plan for. It's something we allow ourselves to step into. Healing starts when you acknowledge that pain exists and give yourself permission to move forward. Too often, we hide our struggles, thinking we have to be strong all the time. But true strength lies in recognizing your wounds and deciding that you deserve better. Healing is not about forgetting what happened. It's about finding peace with it, making space for growth, and allowing light to enter where darkness once stayed. The journey may feel slow, but every step forward is progress. And remember, healing is not linear. You will have good days and hard days, but every single day you choose to rise, you are already healing. Before healing begins, you must acknowledge the wound. Ignoring pain doesn't make it disappear. It only buries it deeper. Acceptance is not weakness, it's courage. To say, yes, this hurt me. Yes, I carry scars, but I refuse to let them define my future. That moment of honesty with yourself is powerful. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means being truthful about where you are, so you can step into where you're going. Healing thrives in honesty. When you accept your pain, you disarm its power to control you. You open the door for growth, forgiveness, and renewal. Healing starts when you stop running and finally turn to face what hurt you, ready to rise stronger. Time doesn't erase pain, but it creates the space for healing to unfold. Think of a physical wound. At first it bleeds, then it scabs, and slowly it becomes a scar. Emotional and spiritual wounds follow the same rhythm. You cannot rush healing, and you cannot compare your timeline with someone else's. What takes days for one person may take years for another, and that's okay. The important thing is to allow yourself the gift of time. Be patient with your journey. Healing is not about speed, it's about depth. Give yourself the grace to heal in your own season, knowing that every passing day brings you closer to peace. Healing requires compassion for yourself. Too often, we are harder on ourselves than we would ever be on others. We replay our mistakes, judge ourselves harshly, and carry guilt like heavy chains. But self-compassion is the key that unlocks healing. Speak to yourself as you would to a close friend. Replace "I should have known better" with "I did my best with what I knew." Replace "I'm broken" with "I'm healing." When you show yourself kindness, you give your wounds the safe environment they need to recover. Healing cannot grow in self-hate. It blossoms in self-love and acceptance. Forgiveness is one of the hardest, yet most liberating parts of healing. It doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It doesn't mean letting someone off the hook. Forgiveness means freeing yourself from the weight of anger, resentment, and pain. Carrying bitterness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. True healing requires letting go, not for them, but for you. Sometimes the person you need to forgive is yourself. Release the past, not because it was okay, but because your future deserves peace. Healing often requires more than human strength. It calls for faith and hope. Whether your faith is spiritual, personal, or rooted in belief in tomorrow, it gives you the courage to keep moving forward when everything feels broken. Hope whispers, "This is not the end. Better days are coming." Without hope, healing feels impossible. With hope, every scar becomes a reminder, not of defeat, but of survival. Hold on to hope like a lifeline, because it is. Healing and hope walk hand in hand, reminding you that no storm lasts forever. Healing requires rest. In our busy world, rest is often seen as laziness, But it is in stillness that the body, mind, and spirit recover. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Give yourself permission to slow down. Sleep, meditate, journal, or simply breathe. Resting doesn't mean giving up. It means recharging so you can continue the journey stronger. Healing cannot happen in constant chaos. It blooms in moments of peace. Protect your rest as fiercely as you pursue progress. Part of healing is protecting your space. That means setting healthy boundaries. Not everyone should have access to your time, energy, or emotions. Boundaries are not walls, they're gates. They allow love, respect, and positivity in while keeping toxicity out. Healing requires surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, not drain you. Learning to say no is not selfish, it's self-care. The moment you set boundaries, you begin creating an environment where healing can truly flourish. Gratitude may seem distant when you're hurting, but it's a powerful force in healing. By focusing on what you still have, you shift your mind from loss to abundance. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means recognizing that even in pain, there is beauty. A supportive friend, a new lesson, a moment of peace, all are signs of healing at work. Gratitude transforms wounds into wisdom and struggle into strength. Each day, find at least one thing to be thankful for. Small moments of gratitude lead to big steps in healing. Healing doesn't have to be done alone. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is ask for help. Friends, family, mentors, or professionals can provide the encouragement and perspective you need. There's no shame in seeking support. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. Healing is a shared journey, and we often heal faster and deeper when we walk together. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your worth and believe in your recovery. Their love and support become part of your strength. Pain is not meaningless. It teaches. Every scar has a story, and every wound carries wisdom. Healing isn't about erasing the pain, but learning what it came to teach you. Sometimes it teaches patience. Sometimes it teaches strength. Sometimes it reveals what you truly value in life. When you shift your perspective from, "Why did this happen to me?" to, "What can I learn from this?" healing deepens. Pain, as heavy as it feels, is often the soil where growth takes root. And with time, you'll look back not only at what you lost, but at what you gained through the journey. Healing means allowing pain to become your teacher, not your jailer. Creativity is medicine for the soul. Writing, painting, music, dancing, or any form of self-expression allows emotions to flow out instead of staying trapped within. Healing doesn't always happen in words. Sometimes it happens in colors, in rhythm, in movement, or in silence. Creativity bypasses logic and speaks directly to the heart. It gives your pain a voice, and in doing so, it lightens your burden. You don't have to be an artist to heal through creativity. Just allow yourself to express, without judgment, without pressure, simply letting the healing energy of creation flow through you. Our minds are powerful, and often our thoughts determine the pace of our healing. Negative thoughts replay like broken records, keeping wounds open. But when you begin to reframe your thinking, healing accelerates. Instead of saying, "I'll never get better," replace it with, "Every day I'm becoming stronger." Healing the mind means being intentional about what you allow to take root in your thoughts. Meditation, affirmations, therapy, or simply mindful awareness can quiet the storm within. When your mind shifts toward peace, your body and spirit often follow. Healing is as much a mental journey as it is physical or emotional. The body remembers pain too. Stress, trauma, and grief can weigh heavily on your physical health. Healing requires caring for your body through nourishment, rest, movement, and care. Exercise releases tension, healthy food restores energy, and proper rest repairs the body. Treat your body with kindness. It has carried you through every hardship. When you begin to heal physically, it supports the emotional and spiritual journey as well. Healing is holistic. The mind, body, and spirit are interconnected, and when one begins to heal, the others follow. Beyond the body and mind, there is the spirit, the core of who you are. Healing the spirit is about reconnecting with meaning, purpose, and inner peace. This may come through prayer, meditation, reflection, or connection with nature. Healing the spirit brings balance, reminding you that life is more than pain. It is also joy, wonder, and growth. When your spirit is nourished, your resilience strengthens and your healing accelerates. It's about remembering that you are more than what happened to you. You are a whole being, capable of light, love, and transformation. One of the greatest steps in healing is learning to let go, not of the memory, but of the hold it has over you. Letting go doesn't mean pretending it never happened. It means refusing to let it control your future. Letting go is an act of freedom, a declaration that you deserve peace. When you release the grip of the past, your hands become open to receive new blessings. Letting go is difficult, but it is often the moment where healing transforms from something fragile into something powerful. With every release, you create space for something new to grow. Healing is not a finish line. It's not a place you arrive at and say, "Now I'm healed forever." Healing is a journey, a process that continues as long as you live. New challenges will come, new hurts will appear, but the tools you develop along the way prepare you for each new chapter. The beauty of healing is not just in the outcome, but in the resilience, wisdom, and strength you build during the journey. Don't rush to the end. Embrace the process, because every step you take is shaping you into someone stronger and wiser. Healing is made of small victories. The day you smile again, the day you sleep peacefully, the day you forgive, the day you feel lighter. Each milestone, no matter how small, deserves celebration. Too often, we wait for the big moment to feel proud of ourselves. But the truth is, healing is a collection of tiny moments where you choose growth over despair, hope over fear, love over bitterness. Celebrate those victories because they prove that you are moving forward, step by step, day by day. One of the most beautiful parts of healing is when your story begins to help others. Your scars become someone else's roadmap. Your survival becomes someone else's hope. Sharing your journey doesn't just help others, it deepens your healing too. There is power in knowing your pain had purpose, that your growth can inspire growth in someone else. Healing is contagious. When one person finds peace, they light the way for others to follow. Don't hide your healing. Share it, because someone out there is waiting. Healing is not just about recovery. It's a gift, a transformation. It doesn't erase your past, but it allows you to live fully in the present and walk boldly into the future. Healing makes you stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. It teaches you to value peace, embrace resilience, and cherish the beauty of life. Healing is not the absence of scars. It is the strength to carry them gracefully. Your healing is proof that no matter how deep the wound, light can always find its way in. So hold on to hope, embrace your journey, and remember, healing is possible. and it begins with you. Stillness is not emptiness. It is strength in disguise. In the quiet moments of healing, when the world seems to slow down, we often find the clarity we've been searching for. Many people try to fill silence with noise, fearing what might surface if they sit in stillness. But true healing requires us to pause, breathe deeply, and allow the silence to speak. In stillness, you learn that you are not defined by the chaos you've endured, but by the resilience that rises when everything else falls away. This strength becomes a compass, guiding you to make better choices and embrace life with renewed wisdom. Healing rarely happens in isolation. Relationships play a powerful role in our recovery journeys. Sometimes, a kind word, a listening ear, or simply being present for someone can mend wounds deeper than we realize. To heal, we must not only forgive ourselves, but also allow forgiveness to extend to others. Toxic ties may need to be released, but the bonds that nurture us should be cherished and strengthened. Healing in relationships means creating space for honesty, compassion, and mutual growth. It's about giving love freely and receiving it openly, knowing that togetherness is part of what makes us whole. Healing is, in many ways, about rewriting your story. You are not bound to the version of yourself who was hurt, broken, or lost. Each new day gives you the opportunity to pick up the pen and redefine what your future looks like. Ask yourself, what story do you want to tell when you look back? Do you want to be remembered as the one who never healed, or as the one who chose courage over despair? Healing gives you permission to release the old narratives and step into a new identity, one shaped by growth, not pain. This is your chance to transform your scars into symbols of victory. Healing is not a finish line to cross. It is a journey, a continuous unfolding of self-awareness and renewal. Too often, we rush to the end, desperate to feel whole again. But real healing does not happen in haste. It requires patience and a willingness to appreciate each step along the way. Every small breakthrough matters. Every gentle act of self-kindness is part of the process. The journey itself becomes sacred. It teaches us endurance, deepens our compassion, and reminds us that healing is not about erasing the past, but about embracing who we are becoming. Learn to walk the journey slowly, with grace. And so we arrive at the final chapter of this healing journey. Not an ending, but a new beginning. Healing is not about forgetting the pain, but about discovering the strength to rise above it. It is the courage to step forward with hope, knowing that every scar carries a lesson and every struggle has shaped you into who you are today. As you continue your path, remember that healing is lifelong. It requires compassion, patience, and faith in the unseen progress within you. May you step into this new beginning with courage in your heart, peace in your mind, and a spirit ready to embrace the beauty of life. Your healing journey is your rebirth, and it begins right now.